One afternoon, Nawami Carter, a decorated U.S. military officer, was taking a break from her daily workout routine when she noticed a suspicious figure sneaking around a neighbor's house. The figure was trying to break in. Without hesitation, Nawami sprinted after the thief, determined to stop a crime in progress. As she approached, she shouted for the thief to stop, but he bolted, dashing through alleyways and yards. Nawami's mind was sharp, and she used her military training to track the thief through the neighborhood. But as she pursued him, something unexpected happened. Officer Mark Reynolds, a local police officer, arrived on the scene, unaware of the situation. He saw Nawami running and, without pausing to assess the situation, immediately assumed she was the criminal. With her military attire and focused expression, it was easy for him to jump to the wrong conclusion. "Freeze! Drop your weapon!" Officer Reynolds yelled, aiming his firearm at her. Nawami, breathless but trying to remain calm, raised her hands in a non-threatening manner. "I'm a military officer," she explained. "I'm chasing the thief. I'm not the one you're looking for." But Mark wasn't convinced. He didn't believe her. And instead of de-escalating the situation, his suspicion deepened. "You're lying. Stop where you are," he shouted. Nawami tried again to explain, her words clear and firm, but Mark wouldn't listen. In his mind, she was the suspect, and he was determined to arrest her. Frustration and fear mounted as Nawami realized that Officer Reynolds was not only ignoring her words, but escalating the situation. "Please, I'm telling you the truth," she urged. Without warning, Mark shot her in the leg. The pain was immediate and excruciating, and Nawami collapsed to the ground, her vision blurring from the shock. She was struggling to breathe as the sounds of sirens and distant voices filled the air. Within moments, Sheriff James Whitman arrived at the scene. He immediately recognized Nawami, her Medal of Honor visible on her uniform. His eyes widened in shock as he realized the gravity of the situation. "What is going on here?" he demanded, rushing to Nawami's side. Nawami, though in intense pain, managed to explain what had happened. "I was chasing a thief, Sheriff. I tried to tell him, but he didn't listen. He shot me." Sheriff Whitman was furious. He turned to Officer Reynolds, who stood nearby, his expression cold and emotionless. "You're done," Whitman said firmly. "Surrender your badge and your weapon, now." The shock of what had happened quickly turned into outrage. Nawami was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. As the news spread, it didn't take long for the public to learn about the shooting, and what followed was a wave of anger and protests. People took to the streets demanding justice for Nawami, while human rights organizations condemned the abuse of power and racial profiling. The public was horrified to learn that Officer Reynolds, who had fired the shot, had a history of biased actions and had previously been involved in similar incidents. An internal investigation was launched, revealing that Officer Reynolds had not only abused his authority, but had acted out of racial prejudice, making assumptions based on Nawami's appearance without any evidence. The case quickly gained traction, turning into a nationwide debate about police misconduct, systemic racism, and the accountability of law enforcement officers. The FBI conducted its own investigation, uncovering more evidence that reinforced the accusations of racial discrimination. Video footage from nearby security cameras and multiple witness testimonies corroborated Nawami's account of the events, showing that Officer Reynolds had escalated the situation without cause. The trial was a media sensation. Nawami took the stand, detailing the traumatic events she had endured and the pain she had experienced, not only physically, but emotionally as well. "I was just doing my job, trying to prevent a crime," she told the court, her voice steady despite the turmoil she had faced. "And yet I was treated as the criminal." The jury deliberated for hours, but the verdict was clear. Officer Reynolds was convicted of abuse of power and racial discrimination. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, a landmark ruling that sent a powerful message about the need for change within law enforcement. The case sparked nationwide discussions about police reform and the urgent need for more comprehensive anti-racism training for officers. Despite the trauma she had endured, Nawami didn't allow the experience to define her. While she physically recovered, the psychological scars remained. But instead of retreating, Nawami used her platform to advocate for change. She became an outspoken advocate for justice and equality, speaking out against the racial injustices she had experienced and the broader issue of discrimination in law enforcement. She worked with organizations to implement training programs aimed at reducing racial profiling and fostering greater empathy and understanding within police departments. Niwami's story became an inspiration to many, a symbol of resilience in the face of injustice. Her courage sparked a movement that led to changes in police procedures, helping to shift the conversation around accountability, racism, and human rights. She traveled across the country, sharing her story and urging others to stand up for what was right, no matter the cost. Though the pain of that afternoon would never fully fade, Niwami knew that her experience had the potential to change the world. The outcry for justice, the reforms that followed, and the people she inspired were proof that sometimes, even in the darkest moments, the power to make a difference lies within us all.